As he browses the expensive beast meat section, his eyes lock onto a new item. In one of the refrigerated cases is the packaged head of a savage giant eagle, priced at 1998 yuan per jin. An eager grin spreads across his face as he picks up the package, making his decision. This will be his next target. The savage giant eagle is a higher-tier aberrant beast than the ghost shadow squid. It has incredibly powerful vision, 30 times stronger than a normal human's, making it a formidable hunter that can precisely capture even the fastest prey. Back in his room, Lin Zichen examines the eagle meat. He concludes that unlocking its guidebook is a worthy goal, as its enhanced vision would provide a massive combat advantage. He also notes its price of 1,998 yuan per jin makes it one of the more affordable options. He places his hand on the meat, and a blue energy surrounds him as his system confirms he has devoured a trace of the savage giant eagle's life essence, unlocking 1% of its guidebook. After some calculations, he realizes that since 1 jin of meat provides only 1% progress, he will need to spend over 200,000 yuan to fully unlock the guidebook. He understands that high school tournament prize money is much higher than in middle school. With renewed determination, he decides he must work harder in competitions to earn the money to unlock the savage giant eagle's codex before his second year. With the end of summer vacation, Lin Zichen's high school life at Shanghai High begins. On the first day, the teachers introduce themselves: the martial arts and homeroom teacher, the mechanical modification teacher, the gene fusion teacher, and the wilderness survival teacher. After their introductions, they ask the students to introduce themselves. Several students go first. A girl with long purple hair, Chu Yutong, says her specialty is in the arts. She is followed by an energetic pink-haired girl, Zhong Yijia, who shares her love for anime, cosplay, and sports. Next, a boy named Peng Huoguang says he likes to play video games at home. Soon, it is Shen Qinghan's turn. Being the center of attention makes her extremely nervous. With a blushing face, she manages to say her name is Shen Qinghan, that she enjoys drawing, and asks everyone for their future guidance. Finally, it is Lin Zichen's turn. His introduction is the shortest and most direct. He simply stands and states his name, asking for everyone's support. After introductions, time passes quickly. A new female classmate with brown hair approaches Shen Qinghan, who looks surprised. The girl asks Shen Qinghan for her entrance exam score. Shen Qinghan nervously replies that she scored 709 points, and then asks the new girl, Chu Rui, for her score. Chu Rui is impressed, exclaiming that Shen Qinghan's score is more than 10 points higher than her own 698. Chu Rui then asks about the physical fitness portion, admitting she only scored 95 out of 100. This question makes Shen Qinghan extremely uncomfortable. She stammers that her score wasn't as good, internally panicking because her score of 79 was so low she almost didn't make it into the elite class and feels too embarrassed to say it out loud. Not getting the hint, the persistent Chu Rui continues to guess if Shen Qinghan scored 94 or 93. Shen Qinghan, looking down in shame, quietly tells her it was even lower. Chu Rui continues guessing scores in the low 90s, making Shen Qinghan even more flustered. Suddenly, a hand slams down on the desk between them, startling Chu Rui. It's Lin Zichen. He smoothly leans in and asks the flustered girl if he can add her on WeChat. Surprised and thrilled that a handsome boy is giving her attention, she eagerly agrees. From her seat, Shen Qinghan breathes a sigh of relief, grateful that Lin Zichen saved her from the awkward conversation. Lin Zichen then turns to another male classmate, He Yu, and also asks to exchange contact information. After adding them, he creates a 4-person group chat. A system notification immediately confirms he has successfully created a group, completing another cooperative task. His progress for the social animal achievement is now at 2 out of 1,000. He reflects that this quest is surprisingly easy. After creating the group chat, the 4 new friends start to get to know each other. He Yu reveals he is from the neighboring Nanyuan city and comes from a prestigious martial arts family that runs a dojo. He even proudly mentions placing 8th in the Nanyuan City Youth Martial Arts Competition. Chu Rui shares that her family owns a chain of clothing stores, making her wealthy. After Lin Zichen and Shen Qinghan also share their backgrounds, the 4 quickly become a close-knit group. Just as they are getting comfortable, He Yu asks the others to guess who the strongest student in their class is. Chu Rui immediately points to Lin Zichen, guessing it must be him since he was the top scorer on the entrance exam for their entire district. This shocks He Yu, who had no idea his new friend was so accomplished. However, Lin Zichen humbly suggests that being the top scorer doesn't necessarily make someone the strongest. He reveals a surprising fact. The principal had spent a lot of money to recruit 2 exceptionally powerful students from Nanyuan City for their class. He Yu then points out the 2 students. The first is a boy with blonde hair, Wang Shuojie, the 3rd-ranked student in Nanyuan City, who can run the 100-meter dash in 7.98 seconds. The second is a large, muscular boy, Lu Gang, who has immense natural strength and can easily lift a 300-kilogram barbell with one hand. Shen Qinghan and Chu Rui are both visibly impressed and intimidated. Lin Zichen, on the other hand, remains completely calm. Internally, he scoffs at their achievements, knowing he had surpassed those numbers back in elementary school. Soon, the bell rings again, and the next class is for distributing textbooks. There are 4 main subjects for the semester: martial arts, gene fusion, mechanical modification, and wilderness survival. Since Lin Zixin had already self-studied all the material, he decides to use the free time to find a secluded spot to train. As he trains, his thoughts turn to the larger threats. He remembers the dangerous rat god cult is still active. The police have only captured some lower-level heretics, but the powerful Rat King, their leader, remains at large. This grim reality fuels his determination. He clenches his fist, resolving to increase his power as quickly as possible and reach at least tier 6, a level he believes will be strong enough to confront even the Rat King. The first practical class is Wilderness Survival. The teacher, Xu Chungbei, gathers the students in a wooded area and asks if any know how to make a fire by drilling wood. He Yu mutters, "It's a useless skill." To everyone's surprise, both Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang step forward and successfully start fires using the primitive method. The teacher is impressed and asks how they learned. Lu Gang explains he learned at a summer camp, while Wang Shuojie says he taught himself by watching videos online. After they are done, Lin Zixin easily teaches the same technique to his own small group, and they quickly master it. Later, in martial arts class, the teacher, Yao Yuanfeng, announces he will teach them a special breathing and cultivation technique. Once again, Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang loudly declare they have already learned it, showing off for the class. Though their demonstration is a bit clumsy, they manage. Lin Zixin, who already knows these skills, decides to maintain his low profile. In this way, over a month passes uneventfully. One day in mechanical modification class, the teacher, Kai Yuanfei, announces a test to check their progress. To motivate them, he reveals cash prizes for the top 3, 888 yuan for first, 666 for second, and 333 for third. Lin Zixin's eyes light up when he hears about the prize money, realizing the first place reward is almost enough to buy half a jin of the expensive savage giant eagle meat. With everyone motivated, the class begins the exam. Coincidentally, the gene fusion teacher, Liu Duren, has the same idea and also springs a surprise exam with the same prize structure. After the 2 difficult exams, the students are drained. He Yu collapses onto his desk, groaning. The other students complain about how difficult the questions were. One girl laments that she was hoping for a 90, but would be lucky to get a passing grade of 60. While everyone else complains, Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang begin to casually brag. Lu Gang asks Wang Shuojie how he did. Wang Shuojie confidently replies that he should score a 95, as he only struggled with the last part of the final question. Lu Gang nonchalantly agrees, stating he is in the same boat and also expects a 95. Listening to their arrogant exchange, He Yu glares at them, clenching his fists in fury and thinking about how badly he wants to punch them. The teacher announces the results of the mechanical augmentation test. He reads the scores, revealing that Guo Yunling received 52 points, while Shen Qinghan passed with 61. Shen Qinghan excitedly tells Lin Zixin she passed, and he congratulates her on her hard work. The teacher continues, announcing, He Yu scored an impressive 88 points. His friends praise him, and he humbly replies he was just lucky, promising to treat them to a meal with his third-place prize of 333 yuan. Next, the teacher confirms Lu Gang and Wang Shuojie both scored 95 just as they predicted, complimenting them for being only one question away from a perfect score. Wang Shuojie confidently claims that with 10 more minutes, he could have solved the final problem, and Lu Gang agrees. Listening to them brag, He Yu is frustrated, but comforts himself with the thought that third place is still his. However, the teacher then reveals a shocking result. Despite the test's difficulty, one student achieved a perfect score, Lin Zixin, with 100 points. Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang are stunned, shouting the result is absurd. The rest of the class erupts in cheers. Even a defeated He Yu joins in, recognizing Lin Zixin is on another level. Shen Qinghan and Chu Rui celebrate his victory as the glory of Shanghai. Ignoring the praise, Lin Zixin's focus is on the prize. He raises his hand and asks Teacher Kai when the 888 yuan prize for first place will be distributed. The teacher promises to send it later, internally finding Lin Zixin's intense focus on money strange. An hour later, the gene fusion exam results are announced. The teacher, Kai Yuanfei, reads the scores. This time, the non-Yuan duo did not perform as well. Lu Gang scored 81 and Wang Shuojie 83. Though still good scores, they are clearly disappointed. In contrast, Shen Qinghan achieves an excellent 78, placing her in the top 5, and she celebrates with Chu Rui. To the shock of his classmates, Lin Zixin once again secures a perfect score, effortlessly winning another prize. This second crushing victory deals a huge blow to the confidence of He Yu, Wang Shuojie, and Lu Gang, who are left demoralized. Unable to accept their defeat, Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang question how anyone could get full marks on such a difficult test, openly suggesting Lin Zixin must have known the answers in advance. The teacher, Kai Yuanfei, immediately shuts down their accusation, stating firmly that it is impossible. He explains that he personally designed every question, and the answers are not available online, making cheating impossible. The two are left speechless. Their classmates are not so kind. He Yu and Chu Rui laugh, mocking Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang for being sore losers. He Yu calls them a disgrace to Nanyuan City, and Chu Rui adds that uncultured, ugly people always cause the most trouble. After lunch, the practical exam for wilderness survival begins. The teacher, Xu Chengbei, explains the rewards are the same, with cash prizes for the top 3. The exam has 3 parts: climbing, swimming, and making fire by friction. Having been beaten in the academic tests, Wang Shuojie tells Lu Gang they must redeem themselves in the practical exams. Lu Gang agrees, and both glare at Lin Zixin, vowing to crush him and wash away their shame. The exam begins with climbing, where speed determines the winner. As expected, Lin Zixin's superior physical abilities allow him to easily dominate. He scales the rock wall with incredible speed, leaving the Nanyuan duo far behind to secure first place. The tree climbing event ends the same. Lin Zichen again takes first, while a defeated Wang Shuojie complains he couldn't even see his shadow. While Lin Zichen excels, he notes his real concern is for Shen Qinghan. As he expected, she struggles with the climbing and finishes last. However, he isn't worried, knowing her true talent is in the water and confident she will regain her confidence during the swimming segment. Next is the fire starting segment. With his eyes on the prize money, Lin Zichen knows he must continue to crush the Nanyuan duo. He starts the task with intense focus and speed, successfully creating a fire in just 58 seconds. Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang watch in utter disbelief, wondering how he can be so fast at everything, bewildered by his insane hand speed. The final part of the wilderness survival exam was swimming. This time it was Shen Qinghan's turn to shine. Tapping into her natural affinity for water, she swam with incredible speed, easily crushing the Nanyuan duo and delivering another heavy blow to their shattered confidence. Wang Shuojie was left in disbelief, unable to understand how Shen Qinghan could suddenly exhibit such explosive power in the water, concluding he must be hallucinating. After the exam, a defeated Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang were completely silent for a long time. However, their silence only lasted through lunch. In the afternoon, the final exam for martial arts began. The teacher, Yao Yuanfeng, announced it was time to test their progress with a sparring competition. The top 3 would receive prizes, motivating the class. For Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang, this reignited their hope. Filled with determination, they resolved to reclaim their pride. They reasoned this was martial arts class, where physical fitness and combat technique truly mattered. They believed if Lin Zichen was weak in martial arts, his other scores were meaningless. Before sparring, the teacher had everyone do a physical test as a warm-up, measuring their 100-meter sprint, one-hand barbell lift, and vertical jump. Lin Zichen, holding back to avoid being too flashy, still gave an incredible performance. He ran the 100-meter dash in 7.78 seconds and lifted a 330-kilogram barbell with one hand. His vertical jump was 2.18 meters, and he easily took first in all 3 events, making sure to only slightly beat the Nanyuan duo. They were once again left in utter shock. Wang Shuojie couldn't understand how Lin Zichen could be faster, while Lu Gang was baffled by how someone who didn't look muscular could be so strong. Trying to rally, Wang Shuojie reminded Lu Gang that failing the physical test didn't mean they would lose in sparring, as real combat also required technique. They convinced themselves their superior technique gave them a chance. After the test, everyone moved to the dueling area for the sparring matches. Eager to complete his survival of the fittest achievement, Lin Zichen stepped into the ring first. However, after his overwhelming display, no one dared to challenge him. Even Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang held back to observe first. Seeing the stalemate, the teacher intervened. He called out a student named Lu Wei and ordered him to spar with Lin Zichen. The two faced off, but the match was over before it began. To save time, Lin Zichen ended it instantly with a single devastating punch that sent Lu Wei flying. He then speed ran through the rest of his opponents, taking down every student in the class with the same brutal efficiency. Watching this, Wang Shuojie and Lu Gang are left in utter despair. Wang Shuojie realizes with horror that Lin Zichen is far stronger than they imagined, and probably wasn't going all out during the physical test. He wonders how anyone could compete with such a monster. Just as their spirits are crushed, He suddenly leaps into the ring, shouting Lu Gang's name. He points at Lu Gang, declaring he's warmed up and at his peak, and challenges him to a fight. Eager to vent his frustration, Lu Gang readily accepts. He reasons that while he may not be confident against Lin Zichen, he can certainly defeat He Yu and vows to flatten him in 30 seconds. With a battle cry, He Yu rushes forward, and the two clash in a fast exchange of blows. However, the fight is decided by the clear gap in their power. Lu Gang easily catches He Yu's kick, uses his superior strength to swing him around, and then hurls him out of the ring. He Yu crashes hard, defeated and vomiting. Standing victoriously, Lu Gang looks down at his defeated classmate. He offers a backhanded compliment, acknowledging He Yu's physical technique is the best in their class, but smugly concluding that he is still better. After his victory, Lu Gang turns to see Lin Zichen approaching. Lin Zichen calmly issues a challenge for them to spar. Internally, he sees this as a perfect chance to make progress on his achievement quest. Fresh off his win and brimming with confidence, Lu Gang smirks and accepts, declaring he is not afraid. Lu Gang immediately goes on the offensive with a powerful punch. However, the gap in their abilities is apparent. Lin Zichen moves with blinding speed, effortlessly dodging the attack and leaving after images. Before Lu Gang can register what happened, Lin Zichen counters with a swift kick. The powerful blow connects squarely with Lu Gang's back, and he is sent flying out of the ring, defeated in a single blow. With both Nanyuan duo members utterly defeated, the other students begin to taunt the last one standing. They shout at Wang Shuojie, asking if he's going to avenge his fallen bro, and telling him the pride of Nanyuan now rests entirely on his shoulders. They jeer, telling him not to chicken out. Annoyed, Wang Shuojie snaps at the crowd to shut up, claiming he was already planning to fight. He rushes into the ring to face Lin Zichen. As he stands before his overwhelmingly powerful opponent, he steels his resolve, telling himself that what is meant to come, will come, and he must find a way to defeat him. Determined to win, Wang Shuojie shouts that he's going all out and rushes at Lin Zichen with a furious attack. However, his effort is futile. Lin Zichen effortlessly stops the punch with one hand and counters with a single devastating blow that sends Wang Shuojie flying upside down. He crashes hard onto the gym floor, knocked out and foaming at the mouth, defeated as easily as everyone else.